Well, good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome to the channel. My name's Dan, and today basically we're going to get some wood turning done. And today I've got a piece of the Spalted Beech, which I've recently obtained from a local mill based here in mid Wales. Now, I've never turned any Spalted Beech before, so this should be very interesting and see what kind of grain patterns actually evolve from this piece of timber. Now, usually I would use a faceplate, but being such a narrow piece of timber, I'm going to actually mount this to the lathe via the worm screw. So, but if you're new to my channel, basically, I'm a progressive wood turner. So basically, everything that I've learned in the last 18 months, basically, has been literally taught through just turning and learning as we go. I did have one lesson right at the very beginning of my wood turning journey from a professional wood turner, and the rest is basically history. So if you'd like to support the channel, and say it is free, and hopefully we can turn this either into a nice shallow bowl, or we could possibly turn this into a lovely looking platter. But hopefully we'll see how we get on. Now, lucky enough for me, basically the center has already been marked out. So basically I'm quite lucky in that respect. But I've got an 8mm drill bit, so I'm just going to go in very, very gently. I don't want to go too far because I do want to make sure that worm screw actually fits nice and snug. So I don't want to go in too far. Okay, so we're about there. Okay, so what I want to try and do now is get this mounted nice and secure with the SC3 jaws and the worm screw, and we'll get this mounted. Right, now we've actually got this mounted to the worm screw, and hopefully we'll have that nicely in place. But just to give myself a bit of extra added support, I am going to bring the tailstock in just for that extra bit of security, really, that extra bit of stability for the piece. So we don't really want that going anywhere. So I'm just going to bring this tool rest up just a tad, just so, because obviously with it being quite dry, I've just checked the moisture content. It's down to about 17% at the moment. So it should be really interesting to see how we get on with it. I don't tend to use a recess or a mortise, as the way I was actually instructed at the beginning was to use a tenon so I can grip that piece of timber. But we'll see how we get on today. But what I would like to do first is put a tenon on the piece, and then literally start bringing this curve over, this natural curve. So it has that nice natural bowl effect, really. Well, the bowl curve, as I like to call it. So we'll see how we get on. But like most people know, I've only been wood turning for about 18 months, 2 years. I am on the Record Power Coronet Herald. And but yeah, it's going to say, literally, this is not a tutorial. I'm not an expert, and this is just a demonstration of what I've learned over the last 18 months. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to do that YouTube thing. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. But let's get turning. Now, how I'm going to start basically is on a 3/8 bowl gouge. It's one of my favorite, most versatile bowl gouges. I do use carbide a lot basically when wood turning. So like I said, this is 10 inches by 2 inches. So we'll see how we get on. But we're at 95 revs here, and we'll see how we gain momentum really with some speed. So just want to ensure these handles are nice and tight basically. And we're going to get up to probably where are we there? 271. Should go a bit quicker. 419, 455, 475. Okay, I'm quite happy at that speed for now, and we'll just see how we gradually get on. But yeah, if anybody's got constructive feedback, please don't forget to support the channel. And but yeah, as I say, any feedback is always massively much appreciated. So but yeah, hope you enjoy the video. Now, as you can see, the spalting is coming through really, really nice here. It's going to say I've got it more beachy on one side and spalted on the other. So it's going to be quite interesting how this piece actually turns out. I don't tend to turn too much beech. I have turned lots of beech, but I haven't turned any spalted beech. So it'll be quite interesting to see how we get on with this piece. Because the piece is so narrow, we may actually turn this into a platter rather than a bowl, basically. So but I've created a nice tenon there. I still need to put a dovetail on there. So sometimes I actually put a foot on the bottom of the piece. We'll see how we get on. There we are. I'm quite happy with that there. Quite happy with that there. So, but I am using the SC3 chuck here. So it's taken a bit of practice really over the last 18 months or so to try and get a nice finish on the pieces. So but if you're enjoying the video, I was going to say, don't forget to support the channel. It is free. And hopefully we can flip this round and start working on the opposite side, try and get some hollowing done. Right, now what I've done now is basically I've just turned the piece round and I've got myself up to about 800 revs just to start hollowing. As you can see, this is where the hole was, where the worm screw was. So what I'm going to come and do is I'm going to clean up the face because I don't think this is the same diameter all the way around. In fact, before I start hollowing, I am actually going to measure the width of it. So we've got about 1.5 inches on one area. And when I spin it round, we're sitting about 1.25 inches. So I do need to remove about 1/4 inch just to bring this on face value. So we've got the same diameter straight across. Otherwise, we're going to end up with a wonky platter. But yeah, I was going to say, woodturning is one of those things to me. It's a great skill to have, and I really enjoy the process of turning something from a piece of timber basically into something practical. But again, still using that 3/8 bowl gouge. I've just sharpened it up now on a 120 grit belt using the Robert Sorby Pro Edge. I do have the 40x40 grind on this gouge, so it's very, very useful. I do have another 1/4 inch bowl gouge on the way today actually, and I also use the 1/2 inch, but for a piece there this narrow, I'm going to stick to the 3/8 bowl gouge. Just come into the bottom where I had that guide hole here. So what I want to try and do now is bring this into some kind of proportion now, and hopefully turn this into a beautiful looking platter. Right, okay, we'll see where we are now. I'm going to say it's been, I won't say it's been challenging, but yes, it has been challenging actually. So, but yeah, I love the spalting around here. I was going to say, and I think we're going to start sanding very shortly. We're going to start on 80 grit and work through to 120, then 240, and then we're going to apply some finish to it basically and see how it looks really. But overall, I'm quite happy with the depth. I don't want to go too much deeper than that really. And but yeah, I hope you're enjoying the video. I was going to say, it's if you've got any feedback, but yeah, if you want to support the channel, it is free, and don't forget to do that YouTube thing, like, comment, and subscribe, etc. So, but yeah, let's get something. Right, so we're going to hit it with one last grit now. We're going to hit it with 240 just to give it a nice clean up, and then we're going to hit it with some isopropyl, which was advised by me by Mike Holton, very good friend of mine. He's been mentoring me for quite some time now, and but yeah, just want to finish it off with a nice smooth 240 grit. It's already very smooth after 120, but yeah, we'll see how we get on. And there we are. We shall take a look now, basically, and see what the spalted beech is partially looking like. But overall, I'm very, very happy with the finish. It's looking very, very, very clean, and I've tried to remove as many tool marks as I possibly can. And but yeah, we're going to hit it with some isopropyl now. So we're going to get that back down to 95 revs per minute, and yeah, let's get the isopropyl out. That gives us a good indication, basically, of what the finish is going to look like before we put an oil on. I have tried various finishes, from Danish oil, tongue oil, walnut oil, and there's quite a few more of the finishes I'd like to try. But yeah, I don't turn many platters. I haven't turned one for a while. But we're just going to clean this up basically and let this dry off before applying a finish. I think I'm going to go for pure tongue oil because I like the shine, the sheen it provides basically to the piece once it's finished. So we'll leave that dry a second, and I shall come back to you once it's dry, and we will apply a finish. Right, now as you can see, the isopropyl now has actually dried off, and we've got a good indication, a good idea really, the kind of the kind of clear finish we're going for really. So, but where I get my pure tongue oil from is a company called Furniture Clinic, and again provides a beautiful sheen. I will get this down to 95 revs just to apply a nice even coat really. It will take 3 coats. It will take a coat today. It'll take another coat in 24 hours and another in 36 hours, and then basically it'll go away. It'll go away. I don't tend to sell any of my pieces. If anything, I tend to give them away. And yeah, they go to friends, they go to family, they go to charities. Yeah, it's going to say it's, but I really enjoy the process of wood turning, and yeah, and turning something from just a piece of wood into something actually practical. But yeah, I was going to say it's been quite, I won't say challenging, but it's been an experience turning this piece today, because I don't tend to turn many platters at all, but some of the markings in here are absolutely incredible. I was going to say, if I just leave it at this now, you can see some of the markings actually coming through the spalting, and it is still wet at the moment, so we shall leave that dry, and hopefully it'll come out very nice indeed. So I do like turning beech. I think it's a beautiful piece of timber to turn. But what we're going to do, we're actually going to take it off the lathe, and we're going to have a closer inspection. Right, now as you can see, I've got this beautiful platter, and it's not very deep indeed at all. It's a very shallow bowl indeed. But I will turn the tenon off and apply another coat of tongue oil to the base as well. But overall, I am very happy with that. And I was going to say it's, but yeah, if you've enjoyed my video, I was going to say don't forget to support my channel. I'm very new to YouTube, and yeah, any support, likes, comments, subscribers is massively appreciated. If you've enjoyed that, and if you enjoyed my process, and yeah, you want to see more, and say hopefully I shall see you back in the next one. So thanks for watching.